What is up, everyone? Today we are checking out Identity by Towa and HAKOS BAELZ. I'm pretty excited to check this one out. I don't think we've really heard much from Towa, so I'm interested to see what their voice sounds like, as well as HAKOS BAELZ in this cover. HAKOS BAELZ has been an incredible vocalist for everything we've seen from her. So this just came out. We have heard Identity before when we reacted to Anna Alouette and Millie Parfait doing their cover of it. But I'm excited to see what spin these two put on it. Let's just jump right on in 3, 2, 1, play. Okay. Alright, already the mix is pretty heavy on the bass, but not too heavy. And we've also got a good treble tonality for that melody up high. Okay, so that is a Towa, I believe. And this might be my first time hearing her voice, at least on this channel. I do not remember really hearing her sing before this, though I may have heard her in like a group song or something. It is possible, I just forgot, so I'm sorry. We have reacted to quite a lot of talents so far, but that was a really nice voice. Let's go back a bit. So she seems to it sounds like when she sings, she's almost like bordering on this breathy head voice, but she's still got a pretty low tonality. You know, I think that's just the timbre of her voice. It's got this like breathiness to it, but it's still got power, and I feel like she's already a very powerful singer, I feel, which would be interesting to hear with BAELZ, who definitely has a lot of power behind their voice. Yeah. So you can definitely hear it there, especially as she rises. She's definitely, that sounds like head voice to me, which is kind of odd because that's quite low for head voice. I suppose it's not too low, but especially compared to this next note we're hearing from BAELZ already, you can tell it's a lot lower in range. I will say though, she's definitely got a very interesting timbre to her voice. I like to hear. I know I'm kind of focus firing on this beginning section here, but I definitely like to hear her sing more, both in this song and in other songs, because I'm interested to see how that voice fits into different songs and different genres. Ooh, okay, multiple vocal tracks. Okay, so we're already getting a lot of playing around with that harmonization, which this is definitely a song that is centered around the idea of those harmonizations, and you know, that's like entire real element that this song focuses on is harmonization. So we're getting some nice harmonies, especially I really like those little choral interjections we're getting as well. I will say it's quite interesting hearing BAELZ sing in this very breathy head voice as well. We got a little more power from Towa's vocals there, and it was very well supported. You know, there's a lot of support there. I will say she's got she's got this timbre that makes it very easy to think she's like flat in pitch, but I don't want to say she's necessarily flat in pitch. I think it's just the way her voice projects. It feels very like high velocity, but flat in sort of the air projection from her voice. But when she jumps up high to that head voice, you can kind of you can hear the change in demeanor there. Some clean transitions there. I have to say, I am a sucker for HAKOS BAELZ' voice because the way she projects her voice, it's very unique because she's got a soft and very rounded voice. You know, it's a very easy voice to listen to, especially when she gets a bit more breathy because it's just so smooth. The projection, how it sounds, it feels very rounded, but she gets so much power into it when she wants to, and it's such an addicting voice to hear. And I think that's a very, very nice juxtaposition to draw between Towa because she's got a very, very fascinating voice. You know, it's a not really rounded out. It's quite the opposite. It's very harsh, but not in a bad way. It's just very intense. It's a very intense voice. That's you know, it feels like it's meant for generating power. You know, it's a juggernaut of a voice, you know, because you can tell it sounds like they're both of them feel like they're kind of holding back a bit, which I assume is because we're at the first half of the song. I assume we're going to hear more of their voice pop out as we go forward, but you know, we can still hear a bit of Towa getting more power into her voice as we've progressed, and it's a very fascinating comparison to draw between how BAELZ is sort of like holding herself back a bit, it feels, and it's sort of using those softer, breathier tones, while Towa feels like she's kind of using her head voice but slowly ramping up alongside that softer tonality. Yeah, okay, I like that. I like how BAELZ sounded there with her softer, lower voice there, and then Towa, I feel like I'm hearing a little more of what she's sort of comfortable doing. You can hear the way she sort of emphasized the jai, you know, like the emphasis, the almost twang that you get on that vowel introduction there. That's something you get from like rock or metal, you know. And maybe I'm just projecting. Maybe I just want her to be like a rock or metal singer just from her voice. I feel like it would really fit her voice, you know, if she just went out there on like a rock track or a metal track. But I really, really like this demeanor switch up we're getting here. Nice. Okay, that was some nice mixing there. Oh, that was a very interesting reverb effect we got there. I like that. We had a reverb effect, and then we pulled it out with the mix cutout, you know, or with the instrumentation cutout. Alongside the instrumentation cutout, we got a reverb cut, which was quite nice. 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 Okay, I quite that was quite an interesting flare we got from BAELZ there. I wouldn't say it's the best placed flare, but it was a well done flare. And then we got a little bit of growl from Towa here, and I think I have to admit, you know, maybe I am projecting a bit that I want her to be like a rock or metal singer. I'm kind of a metalhead, but the growl there, I mean, she's got the perfect voice for it, you know. All right, so interesting. So we get a BAELZ, I think there was 2 times, maybe 3 times, where she kind of undershot the note and then like kind of constricts her throat and kind of does a big jump, not a jump, a slow climb towards that note up high, which was quite nice. And she kind of like squeals it as well. Let me... Yeah, and she leaves it open as she constricts her throat. She pulls up high on the pitch, and then she leaves it open. She pulls off of it, and she lets it squeak up high, and she does that on pitch, which is nice. I will say I don't know if this is the best song for that. You know, I don't know if we've had the build up to justify that flare, but I do really like the execution of the flare. I do like it. And I think it was a very smart choice to just have Towa kind of do a natural descension, you know, not do too many like crazy flares there, because I think that would kind of overwhelm the mix, overwhelm the listener. So I think that was a good choice to have BAELZ kind of do the flares and then Towa kind of climb down from it. And we also got a whispering vocal track this time as well, backing them up. Those are nice. All right. Okay. You know, that was well done. I really liked that. I will say, you know, I think Identity, like, covering this song, it's a bit odd timing. I'd say I feel like this song kind of had a bit of you know, it had its sort of time in the limelight where a lot of people were covering it, and I feel like that isn't quite as active anymore, but nonetheless there was a wonderful execution of that. And I will say this was quite an interesting combination. You know, I think Identity is a song that is still can be covered whatever, because it's just a demonstration of sort of a duet, a harmony, it's just a harmony piece, and you get to see how two artists interact and harmonize with each other, and it's a fun piece to check out for any two musicians, or even just one musician who does both parts. So that was quite fun. I like that. It was interesting to hear Towa sing like that. I can't remember if I've heard her before. It's honestly just slipping my mind. I cannot remember for the life of me if I have heard her sing before, but I don't think I have. BAELZ I have heard. I will say, you know, to be completely honest, I feel this cover maybe... I don't want to be negative, because it was a good cover. I really liked it, but I wouldn't say it was particularly remarkable in the sense that we've had so many Identity covers, right? We've had so many people cover this song, and hearing this cover, I can't say that beyond the couple of flares we got from BAELZ, I can't say there was a whole lot done differently here, which is okay, especially when you've kind of got, you know, a cover here or there and you're just showing off a talent's voice. But when you've got a song like this where the cover scene, the scene for the song is so competitive and everyone's covering that song, I feel like if you want to be a remarkable cover, you need to have something new. You have to have something that's different, and I'm not sure if that was really there in this cover. I still, like, don't get me wrong, I still really like the mix, I still really like their voices, but there was never really a moment in this cover where I was like, okay, this separates this from every other Identity cover I've seen. I think we've only really seen one, maybe two on this channel, but I have heard a couple others here and there, I think just from like indie channels and stuff. And so I don't know if there's really an element, you know, there's a couple of raises from like a low to high pitch that we got from BAELZ, but I don't know if there's another element in this cover that I'm like, okay, this separates this from every Identity cover. This can make this like a top 10, top 5, maybe even the best cover I've heard. You know, there was nothing that I could really latch onto like that, which is not, I mean, that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's just not a good one. You know, I feel like this cover just kind of is like, okay, it's another VTuber cover, and that's kind of it, you know. But I do really like their voices. I would like to hear more of them. Bales I have heard already, but I definitely would like to hear more of Towa. I really want to hear her with a like a rock or metal track because I think she's got a wonderful voice for it. We got a little bit of a growl from her in this cover, and I think she could really pull that off like really really well. So let me know if she has done anything like that. Feel free to suggest anything from Towa that I should check out. But aside from that, I will see you all next time. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful rest of your day.